Hey guys, episode 21 of the stock portfolio series. Another rough week. Gold and silver sort of down again. Seems the sort of November low. Still a bit of indecision over the US elections, but sort of does seem like Biden's going to get there, and everything's sort of pointing towards a gigantic stimulus package, basically, in the next sort of few months. Talking about $2 to $3 trillion. So I think this is going to sort of be causing a hell of a lot of inflation, and we'll start to sort of see another run up in gold, sort of past the new highs into the next sort of few months towards Easter. So yeah, a couple of thousand down on these two positions this week. But yeah, not too worried about that. Can see the sort of mid to longer term view being good. Over in Trading212, same again. Sort of pretty flat overall for the week, but it's because certain other investments are doing a bit better. The ARK Pie, little ARK Invest Pie, not doing too bad, up a little this week. So noticed the ARK potentially getting taken over. So there's a lot of volatility on sort of some of the stocks they're invested in. People getting a bit itchy feet about what's going to happen to Cathie Wood. But don't think that'll make too much difference. Alibaba did invest a little bit more into these. I'll come to in the invest account. So we've seen a little bit of a downturn midweek, but rose back up. So we'll come back to them. So Barrick Gold, obviously seen a fair decrease this week, 6%. Is sort of one of the less volatile gold stocks, but still that fair decrease. That's fair enough. So glad I got some Bitcoin in the ISA now. All this gain is going to be tax-free. So 16.8% up in the last week. Got a very positive Bitcoin video coming tomorrow if all stays the same. So good to have that in there. Some of the UK stocks really starting to come good now. BT's not really moved in the last week, but sort of on the longer term view has taken a nice little run up. What else have we got? So got some smaller positions that like Digital Realty Trust that I'm just starting to get into, but that'll be probably more later on. So First Majestic Silver, again, similar to Barrick Gold actually. I thought that would have been more overall. But again, if gold goes up, silver should go up more. So positive for that over the next few months. GlaxoSmithKline still not being able to do too much. Still doesn't respond well to sort of vaccine news and that sort of thing. So bit of a surprise. Not putting any new money into them at the moment. So the iShares S&P Gold Producers, again, down 6%. So nearly everything sort of in parallel, basically, about 6%. So not too bad, should come back. Kia Group, again, slightly up, but had a pretty good month. So see what happens to them. I think they've got financial results coming out shortly. So could potentially, with them not being locked down, should see a reasonable set of figures for them. A nice move up. Legal & General, everyone's sort of going crazy over now, over sort of £2.50, 7% up this week. So was hoping to get more in them before it had this run up, but yeah, we'll see. Nintendo, not really done too much on the month, sort of had a reduced down, so I'm still sort of putting some money into them. Got a little bit more in the invest account. Polymetal, not down too bad actually, less than all the others. Very strange, as sort of as you can see, it's had some strange sort of spikes up and down. But yeah, it should do well. So mostly other small positions, not really added or sold any. Most of the shell position is in the invest account now. Yeah, mostly just the smaller positions. Sylvania Platinum, still one of my bullish stocks. Did a video on those midweek if you didn't see it. Up 8% this week. Platinum price has been going up, as well as the rhodium price, even while gold has been going down. So that seems quite bullish. People are finally realising that the platinum is undervalued. Used a lot in sort of green energy and hydrogen space. They'll always find a use for it, I think. It's a very versatile metal. So hoping for good things from that. I didn't realise how big my Taylor Wimpey position had got now, with this in the ISA and quite a bit in the invest account. 12% up this week. So we're sort of buying them around. Average price is £1.20 in here. I think it's a little bit lower in the invest account. So hopeful for them to start paying their dividend next year, and that should be not too much more to add to that next year. Tesla into the S&P 500 now. Obviously, I've only got the one share, but there's a hell of a lot of money presumably coming into this just from the passive ETFs and everything. But I'm not really buying. Probably just sell this share at some point and realise the gain. And Volkswagen, not really to sort of move too much. Sort of had the run up with the vaccine. Certainly considering buying some Porsche stock as well as this. Just seems, I don't know if you know, they sort of own 30% of Volkswagen shares, and then Volkswagen own Porsche entirely. So buying Porsche is really just buying sort of a part of Volkswagen, but at a small discount. So having a look at that. So that's the ISA. Not a real change from last month. Over on the invest account, doing quite well on here now. I was down sort of a month ago. Now sort of 16% up. So I've added £300 into this week. Put part of that into 3M. Bought half a share in that. Not really sort of up or down on this particularly, but it's a long-term steady one. Bought a little bit more of Alibaba. Still, again, sort of showing incredible growth, but not with the sort of overpriced US PE ratios. So still quite happy with them. Bought a couple of shares of Archer Daniels Midland. Doesn't seem to be moving sort of anywhere at the moment. Had a sort of couple of dollar move. It looks like a big move, but it's not really. You sort of look at the longer term, it's just sort of hovering around the $45 to $50. But yeah, wanting to get into them more. The Diageo, after the sort of little vaccine run up, has still been doing well. Again, was hoping to get sort of more money into them at the lower price. Kia Group, so in profit on them in the invest account now. I think I'm probably round about break even between this and the ISA part of Kier. So starting to think if they have a decent run up when the earnings come out later in the next month, then might start selling some of this and getting it into the other growth stocks, or the my sort of longer term dividend stocks. So Nintendo, I didn't actually buy any more Nintendo this week. Didn't seem to be sort of doing too much. It's had its little dip, so no, I didn't buy any more. Raytheon, I did buy a little this week. Seen a little increase, but still seems to be sort of fairly undervalued. So it's one of my sort of longer term holds. Obviously the little Neo position, it's gone up about 10%. Don't think I'll hold this too long. It's not a long term one for me, just sort of getting a little bit in on the boom. Shell, obviously doing pretty well still, 6% up. There's projections for a higher oil price over the next year, maybe even in the next few months, looking to get back to sort of $50. So that seems to be the sort of happy point that all the oil companies want. So see this position doing well. I threw a little bit more of the spare change into this little supply at me capital penny stock, but I just put sort of 15 quid, 10 or 15 quid of the sort of spare change after investing in the main companies into there. And yeah, so Taylor Wimpey in here as well. At £1.8. So it's a pretty good position now. It's come up, so I've got about 2,500 in here. I think I was looking for 5,000 overall. So haven't really got to put all that much more into them. If they have a good increase when they start paying their dividend again, then could be looking at sort of 3,500 in them already without putting any more in. So yeah, that's how we are at the moment. A bit up and down, but hopeful for gold price to come back and some of my sort of bigger positions to start coming good again. And obviously the Bitcoin video tomorrow should be a little bit crazy, but we'll see. So yeah, leave your thoughts in the comments below on sort of my longer term plan, and drop a like is always appreciated, and subscribe if you want to see more. See you soon.